Today on All Out Break, we're going to be taking a look at the Protectors. We're going to build the sets, review them, and then give out a score. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Christian from All Out Brick. Welcome to another Matanui Monday. As always, the best way to tag along every week is to subscribe and turn on notifications. This week, we're going to be taking a look at the Protectors, which were released in 2015 as a part of that initial wave alongside the Masters. The Protectors were tribal leaders throughout the island of Okoto. Prior to the arrival of the Toa, the Protectors were presented with elemental masks by the mask maker Ikimu. A fight between Ikimu and Makuta, which we'll talk about another time, resulted in the masks being spread across the island. The Protectors located the masks and put them into shrines where they awaited the arrival of the Toa. While their introduction certainly makes them feel like Turaga duplicates, they absolutely aren't. The Protectors are loaded up with powerful weapons to fight alongside the Toa in battle. Protector is a title that's passed down through generations along with the mask and weapons. They're basically the Black Panther. Just like the Masters, the Protectors come in cardboard prisms, if you will, the front of which are decorated with the Protectors in battle throughout the tribal regions of Okoto. The back of the boxes include a preview of the play functions, actual size images of the masks, and a preview of a combination model that can be built by combining the Masters and Protectors. Alright, let's go ahead and unbox one of these Protectors. We'll do the Protector of Earth. Same as the previous sets with the Masters, there's just 2 tabs to cut and then we'll fold it open. Got a bag of parts. Much smaller instructions than what we saw with the Masters. Small bag of parts, so same thing, 2 bags. Instructions, let's see if we get anything really interesting real quick. Got a comic strip, I'll have to see if that's the same as the one on the back of Onua's box. And then in the back we've got advertisements for the Masters, we've seen that before. Combination model, and we've seen all that before. The Masters were a very pleasant surprise last week. I honestly had pretty low expectations going in, but after that, now I've got a little bit higher ones for the Protectors. Hopefully they can keep that momentum going for the G2 launch. Let's complete the builds. Here we are with the completed Protector builds. In total, it took me 33 minutes for all 6 of them. While there were a lot of repeating elements throughout the builds, they did still manage to be enjoyable throughout all 6 of them. The Protectors all include a Skull Spider, just like we saw with the Masters. The color distribution and pairings are exactly the same as the Masters, including the Stone Skull Spider having a scorpion tail. Personally, I wish that we got different color variants for the Protector sets. Now, after seeing these same ones with the Masters, I just don't even care about them, to be quite honest. The Protectors definitely have a little bit more of a Matoran look than a Turaga look, but something about them still gives off that wise energy. Looking at the collective wave of Protectors, they are certainly more similar to one another than the Masters were in terms of the overall construction, but they still appear very unique and I think do a great job of connecting visually to their respective Toa. The most blatant cases of this to me are the arms of the Protector of Stone, which mirror what we saw last week with Pohatu, as well as the Protector of Ice, which includes a shield piece just like Kopaka. The Protector of Earth features a broader chest like Onua. Personally, this is my favorite of the bunch. He looks so stealth, and once again, those purple highlights with black as the main color just looks incredible. The Protectors each have built-out weaponry, which I prefer compared to the single piece. It's interesting because they're all the same general function, but the building out of each one provides a completely unique variation for each Protector that keeps them from going stale. Perhaps the worst part about this wave, though, is the function of those weapons. The weapons are triggered by twisting a black gear on each of the Protectors, which flings studs out of the shooter in a circular pattern. It's explosive, sure, but especially for kids, there's no way to keep from losing those studs. They bounce all over the place and have got to be the most impractical weapon we've ever seen in Bionicle. I understand what they're trying to do from a lore perspective, but this did not translate well to set form. The masks are something that we just can't go without talking about. They're arguably the best part of these sets, along with the weaponry. The masks are unfortunately the same mold throughout all 6 Protectors, but you really don't notice that since the gradient of each is so bold with the transparent colors. So as much as I want to hammer these sets for repeating mask molds, they actually pull it off. As we've seen on the boxes for the Protectors and the Masters, there are combination models known as the power-up combiners. The power-up models give each of the protector weapons and some additional armor to the Toa, which reflect their boosted abilities once they put on their golden mask. Unlike in Gen 1 where the instructions for combinations were right in the booklet for us, the instructions for the power-up combiners were all released online. They're easy enough to find nowadays. Each of their transformations are really quite simple. Essentially, you take the weapon from the protector, along with a few armor pieces, and slap them on the Toa with their golden mask. And bam, now you've got the power-up combiner. Picking up these sets is thankfully a little bit cheaper than the Masters. In used condition, you can expect to pay around $15 US per protector, and if you want to get them in brand new sealed condition, in general you can think about $50 US sealed. However, that is going to vary just a little bit, same thing as it was with the Masters, based on which one you're getting. The most expensive one is, personally I think rightfully so, the Protector of Earth, who's generally around like $70 US in brand new sealed condition. In terms of a score, I'm going to give the Protectors a 7-7, which is, a little bit lower than what we had for the Masters last week. I had a little bit higher expectations for the Protectors, so unfortunately they fell a little short. The Protectors overall as a group are good sets. They're not bad by any means, they're just definitely a rung below the Masters, and I had a little higher expectations after what we saw last week. If the weapon function was a bit more practical and we had unique mask molds with this gradient design, their score would absolutely skyrocket. So 7-7, that's your review. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to be the first to see all the future content. Also be sure to check it out on our website and check us out on our social media pages. Until next time, stay bricking.